Hello, friends. In this episode today, we will continue talking about how to play TeReKeTe. In the last couple of episodes, I had explained how to play TeReKeTe in two different ways. One was the full handed technique, and one was playing it with having independence in your middle, index, and ring fingers. So, let me just go through that and then I'll go ahead with how to add another syllable and then create the drum roll phrase. So, last time we saw that TeReKeTe could be played as and also as, so that's middle, index, K, te. Te comes back with the ring and the pinky together. So, dha or two ways. Now, what we are going to do is to add a syllable dha tere kete tak. Yes. And then extend it by playing TeReKeTe again. Now this is the full handed technique of playing this sentence, starting with the middle finger. In both cases we are going to start with the middle finger. So it is So, what we need to bear in mind here is we are looking at the fingers moving in a circular fashion. That's, if I were to play this in the air, then we are basically looking at, so this circular motion needs to be borne in mind when you're trying to play TeReKeTe. Why? Because all the syllables are trying to fall within the center of the syai. And so, you can gradually increase the speed. This practice is merely to get the circular motion and your striking perfect. Once you've perfected this particular phrase or sentence, you can prefix it or suffix it with other syllables like dhati dhagati na kena or dhina gena. Or and so on. There are very many options to prefix it and suffix it with different phrases. Now, moving to the second technique, which is playing it with independence in the middle, index and the ring finger. How does that go? Again, the circular motion needs to be borne in mind. So, if you observe here, all the syllables played on the syai are trying to fall into the center. And that's why you have the circular motion of the three fingers independently. Dha tere kete, tak tere kete. Mind you, if you do, then it goes into the full handed technique. If you want to keep the independence going, you're going to come back only with the ring and the pinky together. So, so increase the speed gradually. I just gave you an example of a gradual acceleration of speed. What you need to bear in mind is that you're striking te, re, ke, te. These syllables fall in the siai. Common mistakes are when you increase the speed, it goes to or spreading the hand too much, which spoils the tone and texture of the sound. So bear that in mind, please. Play compact technique. When you keep it compact, it will fall in the center and it will not spread. So bear that in mind for students who want to practice the technique of TeReKeTe correctly and want to improve their sound and execution. This is one way of approaching your practice for TeReKeTe. Once more, full-handed. You start with the middle finger and then you're going to use 3 and 1. The 3-finger technique. Finish off with one of the very popular Qaeda compositions that my Guru Ustad Allah Rakha Khan Sahab played in almost all his solos in various time cycles. So, dha tere kite tak tere kite dha tere kite tak tere kite dha thi dha tere kite. This was the 3-finger technique. If you want to add more weight, then you have to use the full-handed technique. The full-handed technique gives you more body in the sound of TeReKeTe. If you want to keep it nice and delicate and dreamy, then you can use the 3-finger technique. So, So try this, students and friends. If you like the video, send us your comments and we will respond to your requests. Have a good practice session and I'll see you in the next episode.